Peace and power, family. Welcome back to the Poetic Launch Diaries. And I know it's been a minute, child. I know it's been a minute. I have been running around. What they say? Uh, hey, Mr. Carter, tell me where you been. I've been hustling hard. That's one of my favorite parts of that song, but that's not the point. The point is that we got some updates, okay? So for y'all who have been here, y'all know that I am running a Kickstarter campaign for my next poetry collection, Pushing Forward Poetry for the Resilient, and we are trying to raise $5,000, okay? Right now we are at like 28% at like 1370. And I'm like, we have literally 14 more days in order to raise this money. So there are some updates. There's some things that I want to let y'all know that we're going to be adding on to try to boost these pledges, to try to boost the engagement with the campaign. But I got to tell y'all what I've been up to first, because this project, this launch is only a part of what is going on, right? It's so much more going on. Like last week, I did the Quotes to Live By series, and we had our co host, Dr. Brendan Tynes, come in and talk about body, intimacy, and relationships. And it was so good being a participant and not a facilitator, and being able to listen in and respond and take notes and really dive deep into the Black woman anthology. And I'm so excited because that's a whole nother collection. Like, we're doing an anthology from from that series too. So that's a whole nother book, literally, that I am working on, that is in the works right now, that's going on in the background. And I'm trying to make sure that, like, I'm checking in with folks, making sure that the folks who are submitting have what they need in order to submit, making sure the presentations are decent and that they're engaging, and people ain't gonna just be sitting there like, girl, what are you talking about? But also, I had a whole book fair in freaking Baltimore. So my family reunion was Saturday, and literally that night I went to my sister's house and slept, and we woke up at 4 o'clock in the morning on Sunday and drove to Baltimore to be a part of the Baltimore Book Festival Black Zine Fair. And it was so dope. I love seeing everybody's zines. Like, I am so inspired. Oh my God, I love Black people. I love creative Black people. I love Black women. Like, it was such an experience to be able to see what was going on out there in Baltimore. And crazy thing is that the majority of the books that we saw out there were children's book. And guess what I didn't do? I did not bring my children's book. Like, girl, when are you gonna realize that you gotta bring all of you everywhere when you promoting and when you vending and doing all the things, right? And that is something that I really wanted to share around how you have to promote yourself like nobody knows you. This is their first time and their last time seeing you, and they gotta get everything at once. Okay, so but you gotta be strategic about it, right? Like, I was out there asking folks to pledge to the Kickstarter campaign, and folks really weren't interested. It was mostly at the festival. But yeah, they weren't really interested in pledging, but folks did purchase some of my zines and like follow my Substack and all of those things, which is super cool because, again, it's engagement, it's people getting their eyes on my materials, getting more familiar with me, getting to know me better. And that's really a part of the game, y'all. Getting in front of as many people as you can and letting them know what you got going on. A big, big thing came up for me this weekend because it did take a lot for me to even mention the Kickstarter campaign at the book fair, because I'm like, one, this is a zine fair, so it's not even about or the part that I'm in, right? So it was a book festival, but the part that I was a part of was a zine fair, and I'm like, it's a lot to be asking people to pledge towards a book when I'm doing a zine fair, right? So that already had me on edge about mentioning the Kickstarter campaign. But also, again, these wasn't my people, right? And I just wasn't sure that they would be able to relate and connect to that journey. Like, it was very clear that these were readers and not writers. And even though I really think everybody could be a writer, it was, yeah, just hard for me to build up that courage, really, to be like, I know that this probably ain't down your alley, but I need your support and I am worth supporting and I am worthy of supporting. And being an artist and doing any type of launch and sharing any type of work is truly exposure therapy, baby. It really is putting you in that place of discomfort so that you can push through and fight through and come out on the other end on top. Okay? Like it really makes you practice what you preach and practice being your own biggest cheerleader and being your own freaking champion. Like you have to be your own champion as an artist and when you're sharing your creative work. So yeah, that festival was super good. Made some money, saw some friends in real life who I haven't seen in years, which was so good. I got to hug on my little baby and kiss on his little cheeks and listen to him count in Spanish. And it was just so good being able to connect with my people after doing this labor and after that long drive from North Carolina to Baltimore, which we did 2 times in one day because we turned right back around after we went to go see my homegirl. So it was a day on Sunday, and I really spent all of Monday resting. Like catching up on rest. Because another part of this campaign journey is recognizing capacity. Like every single day, you can't inundate people with all like ad after ad or flyer after flyer for your campaign. You have to be gradual. You cannot overload people with what you got going on, and you can't overload yourself. Like you have to think about the other things that you have going on. You have to think about all of the aspects. You can't hyper focus on this one thing because it's going to distract you from all the other strategies that you can use, right? So after going to the zine fair, I'm like, oh, tomorrow, which was Monday, I am going to add the zines because it is a part of my collection. It makes sense to add it to the collector's bundle, and it is going to be a great way to kind of push, right, the goal towards the end of the thing. Excuse me, towards the end of the campaign. So here's the update after all of that, right? Is that I am going to add the zines to the reward section, especially for our collector's bundle. So the collector's bundle will not only include pushing forward, it will also include Sometimes I Cry and Sometimes I Cry, the Creative Vulnerability Journal. It will also include 3 of our original zines and 2 surprise zines that I'm working on creating right now. Because after going to that zine fair, I'm like, oh, I want to do pictures. I want to do, and I also want to do an affirmation deck. Like, I want to do an affirmation deck to go along with the collector's bundle, which is going to require me to do some major hustle this week to get it together and make sure that it's something that can actually be produced and sent out to people with the books when they print. So I was also thinking about a bookmark, adding a bookmark to it. And I'm like, I want to do pens. I want to do all these crazy things. But babe, we still trying to raise the money just to do the printing of the book, right? So we can't go too crazy. But I do think that adding on the zines to the rewards as a push reward, like anybody who pledges from here on out will get the zine collection as well. That will definitely increase the interest in the campaign. It'll actually get more eyes on it because so many people are thinking about zines now, doing zines, holding zine fairs. Like it's super exciting. It's a whole nother market, a whole nother avenue of connecting and creating. And it just makes me so excited because I had dabbled in it, but I really had limited myself to the zines that I had saw and the zines that I had been a part of. And I really didn't push myself to think outside of the box. And going to the zine fair on Sunday absolutely opened my eyes up. Like, girl, you've been thinking about things like this digitally, but imagine printing it out and having it for people to consume and making it a part of your collection. Like, I'm super excited about it. And I also think that I'm gonna send out like some um they call them assets, but it's like different flyers and things that other people can share and promote. Like I meant to do this in the beginning, like get people to share out the campaign, like get 10 of my friends to share out the campaign, share the book, share the link and everything with at least 3 people or on their social media and help me promote. But again, going back to that worth, going back to that capacity, going back to that prep, I was so caught up in making sure that the campaign actually launched that I ain't even talked to my people about it. Like I was making sure that, when people come to it, if they don't know me, that they'll be able to engage and be able to understand clearly. And whole time I'm not calling up my homie like, hey, I'm doing this thing and I'm gonna need you on this day to do this. Can you hold me down? Right? And a big part of that also is that when I get so hyper focused on a thing, I do stop hanging out with folks. I do stop connecting with my people and checking in and all the things. So it feels icky to reach back out like, hey boo, I am doing this thing and I would love for you to help me when we ain't even talked in 4 weeks, you know? But something that came up for me, especially when my sister was like, girl, I will help you drive to Baltimore. We'll figure it out. It don't matter, whatever. It's like your people who love you and who are down for you are always down to support you. Like you don't have to do um like you can cold call them basically. You can reach out to your people, right? So you don't want to do this to, folks in your network who you ain't really built with, but like your best friends, your cousins, your family members, your mentors and mentees and like all of that stuff, you can absolutely reach out to them and be like, hey, I need your help. And people want to help you. People want to support you. People want to lift your work up, especially people who believe in your work and who have engaged with it in the past, right? So do not feel afraid of asking your people to support you because they will. Okay. So those are all of the lessons. I'm still trying to catch up. It takes 4 days to catch up on sleep when you done missed out on a night of sleep, right? So I'm still getting myself together. We have this Dream Defenders Fight Club meeting today where I will be holding down the somatics and creative practice section. And I'm super excited about that because it is everything that I want is wellness, creativity, and political education. I'm like, yes. Okay, I am moving in alignment with my values. I am doing what I want to be doing on top of still trying to get this campaign going. So it's a lot, but it's super worth it. And I'm still excited. I still really, really believe that we can raise $5,000 by October 1st. So share this, share the link, pledge, um, tell your friends about it. Call the librarians. Tell the people at your job, your work wife, and your work bestie. Like, help me spread the word so that we can raise this money. Because after we get this book printed, I'm trying to go on tour. Like, I'm trying to spread creative wellness all up and through North Carolina, all up and down and around the East Coast, West Coast, North Coast, South Coast. I'm trying to be on the road. Okay, spreading this love, spreading this healing, spreading this empowerment. And I know that it's possible and I can see it and I'm dreaming it. And I'm like, I'm not going to let this slow progress make me feel like there's no progress or there's no possibility ahead. Like there is still hope. So share, share for your girl, like for your girl, comment for your girl, do all of the things, pledge, 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 and tell your friends. And my goal is to be back on here later this week to share more about what has happened since I added on the push gives and where we are on our campaign. I think it's going to be at the 20-day mark. So it's like we got 10 more days. This is where we at. This is what we got going on. So stay tuned. And if you have any questions about the journey, about what I got going on, leave them in the comments and I'll make sure to respond to them next time. Love y'all.